Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran here with a beautiful, lovely, sometimes she will make this man a sandwich, wife of mine, light of my life, Yanzi Lynn.
Hi.
And today is the day we're talking about the direct market as it's going through changes and going through some interesting data. Here we go. So we've been looking at sales charts a lot lately. Mainly came across this from watching Tom Taylor's Superman, bisexual Superman, rise on the map and drop right off the map as quickly as it got there. A lot of stuff started occurring just looking into this data. And some of the things were very alarming, such as like a previous month, DC had no books in the top, I don't know, whatever, that weren't Batman. It was like if it wasn't Batman, it wasn't on, what was it, the top 15, top 20? What was it?
Top 20 definitely is pure Batman books, although it's only 2 DC books in the top 20, but whatever. Yeah. The point is that it's mainly Batman that's selling, or Batman family, to be specific.
Right. So we came across this sales chart, and this is an interesting one. You want to explain to everybody how this worked?
So this sales chart actually shows the top 10 comic books by units sold from Diamond Distribution. So as we all know, DC has left Diamond, they're with Luna now. And Marvel recently went into the deal to distribute through Penguin Random House. We have seen some pretty disastrous shipping attempts by Penguin. But so far, it looks like a lot of the distributors are actually jumping on board with these other 2 distributors, thereby kind of abandoning Diamond. So if you look at the top 10 comic books by units sold through Diamond, it is dominated by what you consider, not the big 2, Image, Boom. Marvel shows up here at position number 9 as She-Hulk number 1, which is obviously an issue that a lot of people want to get into, number 1, speculators market.
Right. Well, there's the new Disney Plus She-Hulk coming. So, yeah, there's that. But for people that don't know, and we're talking about Diamond and Lunar and different things, is backtracking a little bit. There was a shift in the market when the COVID shut down. Basically, Diamond shut down and DC Comics yanked the plug and said, we're still making comics with or without you. And then they left Diamond. And then shortly, there was a deal done with Penguin to distribute like Marvel stuff and their books and trades and whatnot. And then basically, we've used this metaphor before, but we're in this situation where each publisher is kind of a hole in a circus tent, okay? And we're in the circus tent. All the comic buying audience, all the retailers, we're in the circus tent. So when these companies leave one by one, the pressure of the tent starts collapsing. It comes down and it leans on one pole. And what we have now is 2 big poles in the tent had left. And these are the effects that we talked about in the previous video, is that this would put a lot of pressure on the basically Image and maybe Boom. IDW, they're face down on the mat. They're losing Transformers. They're losing Hasbro. I'm not even sure they're going to be a contending publisher at the end of the year. I do think 2022 is going to be this interesting year for comics. So please, if you haven't, look down below, hit a like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Now, as far as Diamond goes, if you're new to this channel, Diamond, if you ever went into a comic shop, pretty much everything in that store came from Diamond at one point in time. And now it's not. Diamond, a lot of Magic cards, Pokemon cards, whatever can be bought through Diamond, gaming supplies, comic backing boards, long boxes, toys even can be all processed through Diamond. The books, though, now the retailers, some begrudgingly, they were going to stand with Diamond. It doesn't look like that, though. That's the interesting thing in this data, is very few books, it seems like if retailers are being given the option, are they even ordering through Diamond? That was kind of like the segue out of this and of the bad PR, and we're not killing Diamond, is retailers, if you like Diamond so much, you can still order our material through Diamond. The reality is with competitive shipping rates on some of these, or flat out free shipping rates, or better shipping rates, or not even rates, but like they're less damaged copies, a lot of retailers are abandoning Diamond. And this is going to affect the comic industry. There's just no way about it, because unless some of these publishers like Image, Boom, this list looks great, right? The people I'm naming, it looks great. It looks like everybody's beating the crap out of Marvel, but that's only because they're not in this sales. If we look at the normal sales,
right. So Marvel, here we have the ICB2 sales chart for January, sales by units, top 200. So Spawn Scotch, number 1, Image, same. Same thing happening here with Diamond. But second book is She-Hulk #1. And for Diamond, that's all the way down to position #9. So what that seems to imply is that Diamond is definitely losing out a lot of Marvel sales as a result of this move.
Right. And again, this is that circus tent analogy is I'm not so sure Diamond's infrastructure is built to make this little money. These books, like the units, they basically make their dollars off of how many copies are selling of this in a way. There's a certain off a cover price of $3.99, maybe I don't know, $1.50 of that goes to the retailer, and then a little I don't know, 50 cents goes to Diamond, and then between the print bill and everything else, the other like money goes to the publisher. Diamond is making a certain percentage based off of how many units being sold, and books that sell like, you know, high numbers. And the majority, they had a monopoly. You know, I don't know if their structure, talking about their trucks, their warehouses, things like this throughout America, the employees they have, can they sustain when the big players left? Because the big players are still making money. The one chart is very misleading. What does this mean for small publishers? That's really where it's going to go down, is if Diamond shrinks, these publishers, which they will, maybe Diamond can't handle the goods as well. Maybe they're damaged. Maybe they're late. Maybe there's just some parts of the United States they can't get the books to on time for certain reasons, because everything's same day release usually for the most part. I think DC's a little bit different now. But the interesting thing here is, like, this is a big weight on Diamond, because Diamond even ships to some overseas, you know, countries. So, and they have their own warehouse in the UK. So with them losing their grip on this, does Diamond, because they've already been trying to open up their warehouse to sell key back issues, but that's only going to go so far. What does it mean if Diamond just collapses? Like, where do these publishers go? Are they, are they even able to get to Lunar and Penguin Random House? Or did DC and Marvel like sign exclusive comic distribution deals with them, where basically somebody like Image would have to go to Marvel to get into Penguin? Those are weird, interesting things. And when it comes to publishing like this, sometimes there's zoned exclusive deals, meaning like, in the case of Tokyo Pop one time, they had the rights to make Star Wars manga in Japan, but then a Japanese company had rights to make Star Wars manga in the United States. It's possible that could Image even get in at Penguin or get a deal through Penguin for single issue comic distribution. This is kind of like the life's blood of your local comic book shop.
Bottom line, what will happen if Diamond goes down?
The bottom line, if Diamond was to go down, is it could force more pressure just on Marvel and DC ruling the roost, because a lot of these smaller publishers do sell based off the profits of Marvel and DC books. That's the reality. And Marvel and DC comics, really, mainly DC, they're not doing so great. So there's less profit to even order this stuff. I don't know if, like, we would start to see, I don't think IDW is really going to be a player at the end of the year. Image Comics probably will be, but I think this union is going to really radically downsize Image in a weird way, or make it just not really all that feasible to do creative stuff at Image for certain creators if you're not the right skin color or sexual identity. There's a lot of factors here. If people are fighting in the smaller publisher arena, but they don't have a distribution, it doesn't matter what you're producing. It doesn't matter what the color or check boxes of your creators are. Without a distribution system, you basically maybe have web comics. And like we talked about before, Comixology is an absolute mess right now. So this is 2022 looks like a perfect storm in a weird way in the American comic book industry, if not just the direct market. There's a lot of things going wrong all at the same time, and will probably escalate. And a key sign to really, and we talk about it, Marvel and DC not doing well, is you'll start seeing radical stunts and radical ventures with their intellectual property, real big rolls of dice to
Kill off the
see
Justice League.
right, like killing Justice League, making the Justice League into dinosaurs. Hey, a special one shot, we don't know what to do with Justice League. Things like that. Those are big alarms like going off, that publishing, the people in publishing, DC losing their offices. There's just a lot of warning signs that the direct market is in really bad shape. But anyways, what is not in bad shape is Inglorious Rex getting ready to be $251,000. Hit $250,000 on our second Indiegogo campaign. Thank you guys for all the support. Please go over and check it out. The link is down below. Please hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications as we do cover comic book news. And I will leave you guys with a trailer for Inglorious Rex.
I'm gonna show the whole world who I am. Boom, boom, boom. Major look, huh? Yeah, this one is for the books. All these chances I took still, I move straight on these rooks now. Hold me up or hold me down, have my back or hold my crown. Either you with me or not, but you better give all you got, cause I break the game.